Hey folks, I'd like to tell you about the song Erotic Nightmares on Passion and Warfare. And this was a song I remember, I'm sure you can relate when I tell you how cool it is when you pick up an instrument and just a cool riff comes out. Isn't that nice when that happens? And I remember once I picked up the guitar and I just went... I just thought that was so cool. You know that that it's something you like when you just keep playing it over and over and over and over and over. And that's what I did with that riff. And I thought there's a song in there someplace. I didn't know what the song was, but I knew I had the riff, and that was enough. Once I started imagining what the song could be, the entire vision just came. Not every part, but just the concept of the song just came. So one of the things that you may want to try is, if you come across a kind of a cool riff that you like, is just tape record yourself playing it and listen to it and listen over and over. Now, one approach obviously is to just continue to fool around and see what you come up with. But another approach is to just stop and listen to it and imagine something. Imagine an intensity or a groove or an emotion. And for this song, a bunch of that happened. One of the first things was the riff, and then the desire to create like all these different sort of passages, not a melody per se. Erotic Nightmares doesn't really have a melody to it. It has fragments of audio tapestries. And that was conscious. You know, I knew what I was doing. In contrast to Liberty, which is all melody. There's no rules. Come on, get with the program. You don't have to listen to what other people deem as being law. The law is what you want. And that was the law for me for this song. No melody. Just bizarre stuff. And it was fine. And I can't really play through it because there's so many effects. I can't really demonstrate what I play, but I can play it for you and tell you what I was thinking. And throughout my career, because I love engineering so much, I produce, engineer, and mix all my own records. And I would always do a mix of a record, of a song, usually 99% of the time, without the lead guitar, or what we call naked mix, so that I would have something to play to, and when I had to learn the song or whatever. And I actually released naked mixes of virtually all my tracks in what's called Naked Tracks, Steve Vai Naked Tracks. And I think there's 7 volumes. But here is the naked version of Erotic Nightmares, where you can hear what I recorded first, the rhythm track. So this is the verse. Okay. So you got the verse there. Now I'll play you the verse with the overdubs, the guitar melodies. So just that section there, it's what I was thinking was call and response, no real melody, kind of just like one of them, all different tones. Every little segment has a little bit of a different tweak. One's clean. So there's this one section where the guitar solo is in reverse, and at the time there was no such thing as digital. So we'd have to actually take the whole tape and flip it upside down and put the left reel on the right side and then record forward while the track is playing backwards. And then when you flip the tape, you get this back. So in this song, there's all these little sections, not very melodic, but kind of sound effects and stuff. And I was just experimenting at the time with sound effects and different things I was trying. I remember this was 30 years ago. So, and this one funny effect that I picked up back then was with the bar, the whammy bar, and also pinch harmonics. Many of you already know what pinch harmonics are. It's when you hold your pick a particular way and you squeeze the pick and you get, you kind of like stimulate the note or stun the string and create a harmonic. And they're all over the place. especially if you've got some distortion. That was amusing to a 27-year-old Steve Vai. So that turned into those two riffs. So the point there is, if you're playing and you come across something that's quirky or interesting that you like, bookmark it. Bookmark it. Make an exercise out of it. That's one of the things that I always do. Is when I can't do something, and I'm learning it, I make an exercise out of it. So I might take something like, and just, because it doesn't work all the time, because you have to, every time you move your fingers to a different position, the place where that harmonic will come out is different. So if you sit for an hour and just, that was a riff in my vocabulary, but if you come across something like that and you make an exercise out of it and just focus on it, meditate on it, funny things are going to happen. You're going to be forced to find yourself in the riff. One of the things I like about this song is there's a section in the middle. Actually, audibly, all of the tapestry of sounds came from a dream that I had. I had this really bizarre dream that I was playing the guitar, but there was this sound that was coming out of it, and I saw myself doing this in the dream, where I don't know why, but I was blowing into the guitar like this, and all these weird, beautiful, kind of like flute sounds were coming out. Total illusion. Smoke and mirrors. But in the dream, it was real. And I was blowing in, and there was this weird kind of hole in the guitar that only certain notes would come out, and it sounded like this flute, you know? And I just thought, I woke up, and there was also these other very interesting sounds. So all these sounds you're going to hear, most of them were done on the guitar by doing different things, hitting it, try to find ways of making, you know, sounds that just... That is a sound, just pulling the whammy bar out. Things like that. One of those. You know, this happens when you just sit and fool around with the instrument for a while. Things like, you know, obviously, that was one that came out. That was one that I thought was kind of funny. That was one, you know. All stuff like that. And you can hear all that stuff. And so that was a slice of a song and I encourage you to try this. It won't come out sounding like that, but it'll come out sounding like something that's in your head. And I said, I've got this section. I want it to be mostly all these weird guitar sounds that I've never heard before, or that I've never played before. And that became that section of Erotic Nightmares. And that's that song.